This is Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before I even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. I want to say thank you to Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
We couldn't do it without you,
Mhm.
and thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel,
Dees.
we were talking about what we're going to talk about today,
Uh-huh.
and we came up with childhood toys.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just want to clarify before we do this, because I just want the credit for it.
Okay.
We were talking about a particular toy that you had,
Uh-huh.
and I'd never seen it before, right?
Yes.
How accurate was I?
You were very accurate. I would say there's only like one thing that you got wrong.
It's a bear, and I thought it was a bunny. I just
Yeah.
assumed it was a bunny. I like in my head I designed the bunny,
Uh-huh.
but otherwise I was spot on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were guessing color, about how big it was, like if it was a floppy stuffed animal versus, I don't know,
Yeah.
like something like more, I don't know, upright. Uh, but
Short hair.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I just thought it would be a bunny.
Well, no,
So
you were really close.
so tell me about some childhood toys that you had.
Um, so when I was a kid, I was never like into like Barbies or dolls. What I was really into was plastic dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, you probably had a Stegosaurus that was pretty rad, huh?
I had a big tub of plastic dinosaur toys, and I was like really into those.
Did you have this Stegosaurus?
Yeah,
The
of
one with the
course.
plates on the back?
Of
And then
course I had a
four
Stegosaurus.
the
Hmm.
four prongs on the tail that
Yeah.
would easily break off, and they were just little nubs.
Yeah.
I think that dinosaur toy mold,
Hmm.
everyone had it. I think it was dark green and it had like a yellowish red painted on the fins on the back, but then over
Yeah.
time those wore off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think every child had that Stegosaurus toy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was probably a Triceratops too.
Hmm.
That had the beaky mouth.
Yeah, I had like just a big
Mhm.
tub of assorted plastic dinosaurs, and it was extremely cool.
I had those too, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
I think a lot of kids had those because they were cheap.
Yeah.
I think it's true.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's true. Did you ever have GI Joes?
No. And my brother was never really into G.I. Joes either. He did have a Stretch Armstrong that he really liked.
Do you know what's inside a Stretch Armstrong?
Uh no. What?
It's solid beads. I know.
Beads?
Little beads. It seems like it would be liquid in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just little beads.
How do you know this?
We've cut up in a million of these fucking things.
Well,
I think that it's the interior bead like pellets or whatever, and then when
mhm.
you stretch them, the outside rubberized coating makes it feel liquid, but it's not actually liquid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what's inside a GI Joe?
No.
Hooks and a rubber band.
What?
Swear to God. So the top part of a GI Joe had the torso bit
Uh-huh.
connects to the head. There's actually like a hook in there. And then on the bottom side near the pelvis, there's
Mhm.
also a hook there, and they're connected by a rubber band. And that's
Huh.
why you can take a GI Joe and kind of pull them and they'll stretch.
Oh,
Yeah. But that's what
interesting.
holds them together. And if you ever break that rubber band,
Mhm.
they come apart like a crash test dummy. They're fucking crazy. They like disassemble into lots of bits and bobs.
Huh.
Yeah. I've I'm starting to think I might have committed surgery on a bunch of
Committed
toys.
surgery.
I don't think they were accepting of the surgery.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm just now thinking I probably know how most of toys that people own were constructed.
Huh.
Do you remember Easy Bake Oven and Creepy Crawlies?
Oh yeah, we had a creepy crawlies.
You didn't have an Easy Bake Oven?
I think my sister did. I wasn't interested in one, but my sister
No,
had one and my brother had the creepy crawlies, which I was into the creepy crawlies.
me too. I
Yeah.
used to make Creepy Crawlies all the time with my friends,
Uh-huh.
but I was always on the lookout for girls that had the fucking Easy Bake
Yeah.
so that I could trade. Because
Oh.
man, I wanted some cakes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Because at the time,
Hmm.
like we were kids, we didn't have a lot of like expect. I couldn't little Debbie out. You know what I
Right.
mean? I got like one little Debbie a
Uh-huh.
week
Yeah.
and a 2 liter bottle of soda that I would drink like a fucking like a like a 20 ounce. I would just carry it around in my backpack because I was a pimp like that.
Right, right.
But like yeah, so like that was the thing is like we would make creepy crawlies and we'd try to
Hmm.
make them so that girls would like them,
Ah,
right?
how
So we
how does one do that?
you would do little dots of one color along the legs of a spider and then
Oh,
you'd use girly colors.
right.
Yeah. We did find out though that black and purple
Hmm.
with pink and black and purple with yellow worked better than just yellow or purple and yellow because
Uh-huh.
that's a nightmare. That shit looks gross. So you always want a base color, a dark color,
Yeah.
and it makes it way better.
Wow.
And then you can trade those for cakes. You can get like 2 cakes per coolly designed spider.
Is this how your interest in art started? Was you were just trying to
Oh,
figure out the good color combination to trade for cake?
no, I used to draw skeletons on skateboards, and apparently that was troubling for my
Ah,
teachers, and they would call my parents all the time.
that sounds awesome.
They thought that my drawings were a sign of something, and so they contacted my parents like all the time until my parents were just like, "He just draws skeletons." I don't know why that is. Yeah. They were like, "It's got creepy eyes. You need to contact somebody." And so I swear to God, like all the way from like third grade all the way on into middle school,
Hmm.
I was like nonstop getting my parents called about drawings. Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm. I one time almost got into a fist fight with somebody because they said I traced something, but I
Oh.
drew it in
Uh-huh.
front of everyone. And they're like, "You traced it." I'm like, "I was in front of you when I drew it." And at first I was really upset about it. But
Hmm.
over time I was like, this is actually a really nice compliment.
Uh-huh.
Like thinking that a person of my age couldn't have done this. And
Yeah.
so I started taking it as a compliment.
Hmm.
But fuck those people.
Yeah. Hmm.
What else? What else did you have when you were a kid?
Let me think.
So you had a box of dinosaurs
A
and
box of
creepy
dinosaurs,
crawlies.
creepy crawlies.
You
Uh,
had a Stretch Armstrong that you never even deigned to learn about.
well,
Didn't even disassemble or
it was
anything.
it was my brother's.
Pretty cold. I
It
would have
was
cut off a bit of him and then tied him off like he amputated the leg and just tied it off. We're in it for the knowledge.
oh. Um,
How about this? What's the coolest toy you had growing up?
the coolest toy I had. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, Thinking back, I'm like, how many toys did I even have? Uh, I had a Polly Pocket. And like I had the like I think it was Polly Pocket or it was like a knockoff Polly Pocket, but it was like a tiny pet shop. And so there were like tiny little pets in the pet shop and like you could put tiny little like shavings into the things for the pets. Um and it was cool, but then I think I like immediately lost a lot of the pieces and I was like, I'm going back to dinosaurs.
Ugh.
Um we had like the like big like heavy duty like Nerf guns, like the not like the regular ones, but we had like some of the bigger ones. Those were cool.
Hmm.
Um hmm. know. We had a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What games?
Oh God. We had like
There's
a
one game in your head that comes to mind right away when I asked that. What
yeah.
was that?
It was a Bugs Bunny game.
Oh
It was
God,
like a Looney Tunes
terrible,
game.
terrible.
That was what we had. Did you have like cars? Like did you have toy cars?
We used to have the Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars,
Hmm.
but they got really lame really quick. Like right around the time where like I started having them,
Hmm.
you started seeing a lot more of the kind of dorky, weird things. Like they used to make real cars, and we used to love those.
Yeah.
And then they started making like rocket ship cars and fucking like spaceship cars, and it was just very
Oh.
stupid. They looked dumb and they were plasticky, and
Yeah.
yeah. And after that, we were just like, nah, no more. We used
Hmm.
to race them. Like you'd put them on like one of those little tracks. Do you remember the race car tracks?
Yeah.
They have the little, they were like little high-edged tracks, and you'd stitch them together with these little
Hmm.
flat pieces. You'd slide them behind, and that would put the tracks together, and you could kind
Yeah.
of make your own. Yeah. So we used to make tracks with that, and me and my brother would try to get cars to race each other. And that's when I figured out that heavier cars got you more initial speed,
Ah.
right, on the
Yeah.
track. They make better contact with the track, so they get moving.
Hmm.
Um, but then uh after you had kind of hit your curvature, so it'd like flatten out with the ground, then all of a sudden the weight was like a hindrance. So there was like a good weight that you were looking for, like a
Yeah.
particular weight
Hmm.
that if you could get right in that wheelhouse, like it would be the fastest possible. It would pick up speed
Hmm.
good, it'd get good contact on the track. But then
Yeah.
once it got to the bottom, it wasn't weighed down by its own weight.
Uh-huh.
So there was like a metric there, a certain weights to wheel speed.
Hmm.
Nobody gives a fuck about this, but this is what my entire childhood was this kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
We had a paper airplane thing. We used to make this one particular type of paper airplane all the
Mhm.
time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then I saw some like fifth grader make this paper airplane that was so fucking amazing. And I was like, how did you do that? And he wouldn't tell me. So I waited for him to throw one, and I ran out and got it. And then I just bolted. I was out of there.
Oh, you
And
reverse
then
engineered
I
it.
had to reverse engineer by unfolding it and paying attention and like making notes about the stages. I had to do them backwards.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. And I got that paper airplane, and then I saw him like weeks later, and I was like, hey, motherfucker. Uh-uh. And there was like a level of animosity.
Right.
Like he's like, it was like the Chinese government stole our spy plane. Like he he re-engineered it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Fuck those kids. There was this kid, his had a weird name like Torbold or something like that. Some fucking weird name. And like he used to do this thing. It was the first like fantasy thing outside of like TV or movies that I was
Mhm.
ever into.
Uh-huh.
Him and a bunch of his fucking friends used to get together, and they'd take broomsticks and
Uh-huh.
foam from like couches, and
Okay.
they'd make padded swords and
Oh.
weapons, and then they'd fight with them out in the yard using duct tape.
Yeah.
So like, the silver kind of duct tape, they
Yeah.
would use that and like hold foam to swords and make padded fighting weapons. And he was
Mhm.
very good at it. And I'd watch him over and over again. I'm like, how the fuck are you making these? And I
Right.
wanted so bad for him to make one for me because I just couldn't get there. I just
Yeah.
couldn't get there. And so like I asked him one time, and he was a prick. He was like a
Aw.
total asshole and wouldn't
Oh,
help
that
me make
sucks.
one and wouldn't
Yeah.
show me how to make one. So I like went back to like, we had these little, in military housing, we had these little like side garages, and I'd
Hmm.
sit between the side garage and the house all fucking day and like take fucking foam from like couches people threw out. I would like snatch the foam out. I
What?
know. And I'd take them back to my house, and I had the same fucking mop handle, this
Uh-huh.
like wooden mop handle, and I was like, this is going to be the basis for my dope sword.
Right.
And I kept making it over and over again, but the foam would lay funny and not because it was not
Oh,
good. It wasn't like rolled foam like a sheet.
yeah.
I was using like foam that I stole from my couch and stuffed in my backpack. So it never came out great.
Mhm.
But I worked on it for a long time, and I to this day still have not made one that's like high grade, but I
Aw,
bet I could now
yeah,
with my adult mind.
that's right.
I could engineer some pretty sick foam weapons, but then I wouldn't use them because that's corny and you'd look like a lame ass. But I bet I could.
Yeah,
I could make some sweet foam weapons now with
yeah.
with the brain power I have now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Shit. Watch out, Torbald or whatever your fucking name is.
Oh, I did think of what the coolest toy I had as a
Mm.
kid was. So at my dad's house, my dad lived out in the country, in like the middle of like hundreds of acres of ranch. And at his house, we had I forget what they were called, but they were like those toy cars, like that had an actual motor in them for kids to drive
Mm.
around in. We had one of
Power
those.
wheels.
Yeah, we had a Power Wheels, and we could drive that around. Like we were going over like dirt roads and like hills and driving out in like the pasture and stuff with our Hot Wheels.
It
And it was very cool.
was like a souped up 9 volt in those fucking things.
Yeah.
It was like those things are low power, but they
Yes.
they would they would move. They were like a uh I'm trying to think of a way to say this that isn't offensive to anybody. I'm just not gonna say it. It was like
Okay.
it was like a weak golf cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when you're a kid and it's like, oh, I get to drive this myself and I get
Oh
to like
yeah.
drive it around outside in the country, it's one of the coolest things you get to do.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the coolest thing I ever had was. We were talking about when I was a kid, I used to have dreams that I had some cool toy,
Hmm.
and then I wake up and wouldn't have it. And it
Yeah.
happened to me like my entire life. Like I
Uh,
still kind of have them periodically. But I used to always want the Seekers. Do you know who the Seekers are?
No.
From Transformers, they're the Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp were
Okay.
the Seekers.
Uh-huh.
Those were the three Decepticons that transformed into jets from the
Oh,
early
okay.
show.
Yeah.
There's a purple one, a Skywarp, who's purple and black, and then a blue and gray, blue and black one,
Hmm.
whose name is Thundercracker, and then Starscream, the king of all Decepticons,
Hmm.
uh, the red and blue and white. And so I wanted them so bad, and they just never had them because
Uh-huh.
at the time we lived in Germany, so we didn't get good toys. We got the toys that American kids didn't want.
Oh,
They'd
yeah.
bring them to us, and we could buy them for like 3 times what they cost.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was really, really cool living in Germany.
Yeah.
Um, I used to have comic books. I get Superman comics, but they didn't have the American way
Hmm.
in them. So it'd be like written in German, and like where the American way would be just like a space in the word bubble. I don't know why that was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Huh.
So anyway, I wanted those really bad, and I couldn't get them. And then one day I finally got them. I was way too old to have gotten Skywarp, Thundercracker,
Hmm.
and Starscream, but I finally got them, and I was so psyched with myself.
Yeah.
Like I had just spent some of like my paycheck to
Uh-huh.
like grab some of these toys, and I like ran up to the front counter and I was like, "I'll have these, please, thank you." And they're like that'd be like $140. I'm like, okay, yeah, just give them. Yeah,
That's cool. When I got my first job, with my first paycheck,
gaming
I
console, right?
I bought a Game Boy with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
The original, the big block?
No, my dad actually I had the big block one when I was a kid. My dad bought one for my sister and for me.
Yeah.
And I had the Ren and Stimpy game on it.
Oh, gross.
And we had like a Batman game
Oh no.
and I don't remember what else. But like when I got my first paycheck and I went and I got a Game Boy Color and I got a Sonic the Hedgehog game with it.
No,
Yeah.
not Sonic.
I thought I Pretty sure it's a Sonic game. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, well, maybe that might have been right after Sega swapped over to making games. I thought they still had post Genesis. It must be later.
Let me see. I'm like, was it a Sonic game? Yeah. Yeah, they have Sonic games.
Okay.
Okay. It's like,
There's a period where Sonic was only Sega, and I was thinking it was earlier.
uh, well,
Anyway,
yeah. I mean, this was like early 2000s. So,
man, I cool toys back in the day. Video games sucked earlier, though. I want
mhm.
to be honest with you. There were a lot of those like
Yeah.
movie games, like, oh, a Batman movie came out, so here's a Batman game, and it was just
Hmm.
the same platformer every other movie game was.
Yeah, I remember the Batman game that we had. It was just like Batman jumping
Yeah.
on different platforms.
Every one of those movie games kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like every so often you get one like Lion King that was actually pretty good,
Hmm.
but like most of those games are really bad.
Yeah.
But now like games are much better, which is
Hmm.
why they apparently have to charge $80 for them now.
Oh God.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's worth it. Those early days, I guess any game that functioned was a impressive
Hmm.
thing. But like I remember Tetris and Pokemon were the
Yeah.
only games that I played on my Game Boy ever.
Hmm.
And I played them a lot. And I remember being really pissed off. I broke my Game Boy Pocket in my pocket.
Oh.
Yeah. Is
So,
it like the first I never put it in my pocket. I always used to just carry it in my hand, right?
uh-huh.
No matter where I went anywhere, it was with me.
Hmm.
And then I just remember one day I was like, it's a Game Boy Pocket. I can put it in my pocket. And I put it in my
Right.
pocket and I walked somewhere. And when I took it out, the screen was cracked. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Ah.
It was like the first time I did what it said. And I was
Yeah.
very upset with Nintendo and I wanted to write a letter, but I didn't think they would give a fuck. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I ended up just getting another one. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's whatever. It's fine. I'm not
Okay.
still, pissed off about it or anything.
Okay, good.
We should go to the episode or we'll do
We
this
should.
intro for 6 months.
Okay. Well, this is Requiem of Reflections, Season 1, Episode 4, The Mean Range of Mean Rains.
Also, if you had a cool toy from when you were a kid, you should
Yeah.
tell us about it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty certain I will know most of them.
Hmm.
I was a disassembler. So I can tell you how your favorite toy works. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. And do you guys remember where we left off?
Yes.
Yes.
Lay it
So
on me.
Adrie had taken Bucephalus off the ship to go try to track down that third steel predator after she saw that one of the two was dead. But she basically saw the last one like uh portal out. Um, so I was gonna have her take the body of the dead one back up to the ship,
Okay.
assuming Bucephalus can carry it.
Let me do a quick check. Okay.
Okay.
What else has happened? Why I'm scanning through a couple
Uh,
monster manuals.
the other one is escaped through a portal. And then the other one is up in the library just across from the lab, tied up in chains and laid on the floor with what's his name? Cargillus looking at him.
Mhm.
So that if he decides that he wants to get up and do any like warping or something like that, that he can just turn on the anti-magic beam.
All right.
But yeah, these attacked the ship, along with uh they were following some mirrorverse versions of Rayne's sister. Um, and then there was also a Mirrorverse Rayne that seemed to be like a, I think, guardian of the mirrors or something.
He was wearing gold armor. Yeah.
Yes, and he is dead. And also in Kaeviir's lab.
Yeah. Also, we were in the process of getting some construction done on the ship.
You guys were talking about what you did. You have not contacted Lugger. You
Well,
guys
we
are
were
pretty much
distracted.
drawn up plans. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
I'm-
distracted.
I like distracting. It's my favorite thing is DM.
Let's see. Oh, and we also got Cedric.
Yes. All right, nightmares. You know what?
Hmm.
It'll be a tight ride, but yeah, with that strength and that size, I will say the nightmare can take the steel predator up.
Okay. Bucephalus, I believe in you.
You're gonna have to
We're gonna slowly get back
yeah,
to
well, it's more you're putting a large metal construct on top of a large fiend,
Okay.
and then so
Well, you
it's an
just tie
awkward
it-
ride.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give Bucephalus guidance, which will give him an additional D4 on ability checks.
Can't you just put it on your back so that it doesn't like throw it off balance?
Oh, I think it's the weight that's the issue.
Oh.
I mean, describe to me how you're gonna lay or how you're gonna put the the large construct on the nightmare.
I'm gonna have Bucephalus kneel down beside it, and then I'm gonna pick it up and like drape it over him.
Okay. All
And
right.
we will very carefully return to the ship.
All right.
I thought
Alright.
the most obvious answer would just be in its saddlebag of holding.
Mm,
I don't think Bucephalus has a saddlebag of holding,
Well,
unfortunately.
then it sounds like that's something we need to work on.
don't give her ideas.
Don't let her ride that horse around. That's Strahd's
Uh,
horse, man.
That's
Yeah.
my horse.
Okay.
So, all right, they're working that.
Actually, I just edited an episode where we discussed, I don't think we came to a conclusion, but we discussed like at what point something that originally belongs to one person belongs to someone else.
Yeah.
So the example Deece used was like if he stole my hairbrush and then he used it for like 10 years or something, is it
It's
now
mine.
his hairbrush?
It is.
And we were wondering about that for the purposes of scrying. So
Yeah, that's actually an interesting question.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Adrie's had Bucephalus for the last 10 plus years.
You know, what I'm curious about though here
Mhm.
is, did we come to a conclusion?
No.
I think we should. I think, how long does a person have to own something before it's theirs, even if they stole it from someone else? Is it never theirs, or does it become theirs? I think it does. I think it becomes theirs. Maybe it's whenever the first person stops looking for it.
I think maybe it's when, like the hairbrush example, I think it's at the point when Deece no longer thinks of it as I stole Rachel's hairbrush, but this is my hairbrush. And I stopped thinking of it as my stolen hairbrush. And I've just sort of forgotten about it because I've accepted that I no longer have it.
That's interesting.
That's
Because I
what
think
I would
that you run
consider.
into some situations then where, like, what if a person's maniacal in their want to retrieve something, but another person is comfortable using it?
Yeah.
In conflict, right? That would
Mhm.
be, I don't know. There needs to be a harder rule here, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just make one up for our own perceptions of this.
6 minutes.
That's too short, I think.
Well, I think it depends upon the rarity of the item and everything else. Like if it's like really, really cool, 45 seconds. If it's something mundane and stupid, 9 years. What the fuck ever.
Well,
There needs to be a
that's
sliding scale in there somewhere. I
Right.
the
think.
cooler it is, the shorter it's allowed to be out of your possession before it's no longer
Yeah.
yours.
Well, I mean, if it's really cool, your ass ought to be on top of it, not losing the fucking thing, right?
That's a strong argument now that I'm
Thank
thinking
you.
about it.
Thank you. Right? Again, it's all
Can they
tied to
go
the
to apply
rarity.
to Adrie stealing mail?
That's interesting.
That's
you
true
know-
because then who decides what is something cool and what is mundane? You may think of mail as mundane, but
It's Schrodinger's mail. You don't know
Adrian
how
you don't
reading
know,
someone
like-
else's mail is really exciting for her.
You
Well, you
don't
don't know how cool it
Yeah.
is until it's opened.
Right. That's right. You don't know
Simultaneously
rabbit
how,
hole.
mundane and like revelatory at the same
Yes.
time.
until
Right.
you open it and collapse the waveform.
Yeah. And
You
so
know-
technically Rachel's providing a scientific service.
Oh,
Man.
She's
we're
removing
having
the
a
quantum
conversation
from
about
it.
we're having a conversation about stealing items with a party that's completely full of people with rogue levels.
Yeah.
Look, this is the kind of
Yeah.
conversation you'll get.
Mhm.
By the way, I think cleric with rogue levels is one of the coolest fucking things I've ever heard.
It is
Just want-
fucking amazing.
I
Did I
just
tell
want
you
to
about? There was an Eberron book that way.
Oh.
He was a former assassin that found the Church of the Silver Flame, and so I think I told you guys about this, where he ran with a cloak, and his cloak was weighted down by the daggers in it, and each pouch had different properties and poisons and whatnot.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So
I like that she uses the parts of rogue that occur to her as being necessary, right? So like
yeah,
she used which you didn't use mastermind, you used what for insight,
Inquisitive
right?
is yeah. But Adri originally took rogue levels because she got into a fight that was in like an anti-magic circle.
Yeah.
And so like some of her extra damage originally was just from cleric levels. But then she couldn't use that anymore. So then she wanted sneak attack damage.
So she practiced.
Yes.
You wanted the dash cutting action dash is what you wanted.
Well, that is also cool, but
Let's
it
not
was
pretend.
it was originally for like my concept was that Adri realized that there could be a situation where she couldn't rely on her magic, so she wanted something more like melee
Yeah.
focused. And rather than be a cleric with levels and fighter, for whatever reason, she went with rogue.
I love this. I love the story beats of it though, because like the rogue was who you had available to train with. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Mhm.
true. And Kaeviir is like a very
teacher.
deceptive rogue. And then Adri's like, I want to be the kind of rogue that sees through lies.
That wants to get past all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna to become more insightful, but I instead said, what if I just made my lab a zone of truth, and then nobody could lie in there?
Mhm.
There it is.
So, in short, Adri is taking Steel Predator, draping it over her horse, and then slowly flying back up to the ship.
So is it your steel predator now? Have we determined?
I don't know. I think this sort of discussion would have to be like its own episode.
Yeah, I'm telling you that there is a lot of good arguments for a lawyer versus lawyer podcast.
Mhm.
Better follow books.
I love that. I will argue that. I'll argue any side. I'll take whatever side you give me.
Mhm.
And I'll argue the shit out of it and I'll be good at it. I'll let you choose every side of the argument you want to be on and I'll argue the opposite.
East Cassius, master debater.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You should have heard how funny it was in my school the day we learned what the word masticate meant. That was very funny.
You were trying
That
to use it in
whole-
a sentence every chance you got, huh?
That day was a good day. We were just like, wow, they shouldn't have done that. Webster done fucked up.
It seems like a horrible oversight on the inventors of the English language.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So, okay, so we got where Adrie's at. Where's Rayne right now? Oh, both Raynes.
We both Raynes, I believe, were having a drink, right? And then
No, you
Yes.
come with me into the lab after.
yeah, and then we were in the lab afterwards. So I assume that's where we.
Oh, okay. One Rayne's with
the
them
lab.
then, right? Or did you take both Raynes with you?
Oh,
No,
God.
just him.
Okay, so
Well,
Just
oh,
my
okay,
Rayne.
just you're okay. Barovian Rayne,
Captain.
I guess.
Pirate
Captain
Rayne.
Rayne.
Our
Yes,
Rayne.
our Rayne.
Rated R. Or Rayne. That's so dumb.
Oh,
Keep that in mind for a potential episode title, though, because you never know.
which Rayne?
I-
Our Rayne. Okay.
What is he
And
doing
then-
right now? What would Rayne be doing right now? I guess we've. He's there's going to be very limited things he can do here, right? Because he's not this kind of stuff with the portal and the mirrors and everything is not still really his forte. He's still kind of getting his sea legs, so to speak, in that regime because he's made now maybe a total of what 2 trips through the mirror. I think he's not a veteran. 4. Okay.
Back and forth 2 times. Once
back
to
and forth
their
2 times.
world,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then to the other world with Strahd and your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go back up and I guess I'm gonna go back up and see what my Water Davian counterpart is doing with my sister and see if there's anything else to learn from that angle. If
All right.
anything, I'm going to be very interested to have some time alone with myself, which sounds really bad now. That I say it.
Ayo.
Hey.
Yeah.
Someone better get a
Speak-
Cargillus eye on that motherfucker
Yeah,
before he
speak-
starts
yeah.
masticating.
Alrighty.
Which means to eat.
Yes.
Thank you,
to
7th
chew.
grade.
And then
Yeah. So yeah, he'll go back upstairs, and I guess if there's still any alcohol left, he'll probably help himself to a little bit of it, and wait and see what the next move is.
all right. Yeah. Yeah, they're in the kitchen, still doing their thing. And then what is Kaeviir doing?
I think he's going through a few books. Imagine him kind of walking around with an open book, trying to look into construct mechanics. Anything that he has research wise on that. So he's got the book open. He's kind of looking through that, and he has a dagger in his right hand. And he's kind of spinning it, and then periodically he'll get to a part and he'll hold the page down with his finger, and he'll lean over the what are they called, steel
Predator.
steel predator, and he'll go over and like kind of clink the metal of the blade in between 2 of the plates, like on the arm or something like that, and try to separate them until it pops the plate off. And then once it's off, he'll kind of look at the book and kind of like put his like dagger out to the side, put his finger on it, and kind of like follow. He's like, he's like essentially doing like a I have to learn this on the fly autopsy.
All right. And Cargillus is near you, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would have probably exited the lab with the book to go out to the library.
Okay.
I think that's where we had it.
Cargillus floats over. May I look at the golden one?
Yeah. Where's one of the kids? Victor!
12-year-old little one kind of pokes out. Yeah?
I'm going to point the dagger like to the open door of my lab. Dead guy. Drag him in here.
I can go in the lab?
In order to grab the dead guy and then bring him here,
Okay.
I'm going to
He
light
goes
my
over there.
pipe and put it on my mouth.
This is not necromancer, Victor.
I know.
He walks over and He casts a spell on himself to enhance his strength and begins to drag it nicely out of the lab. Sets it down. Anything else?
Over here. I'm gonna
Okay.
kind of gesture.
He stands next to you. Kargalis opens his eyes and begins kind of like focusing on it one at the other. You begin scanning it kind of one at the other. Well, that's new.
What is it?
Have you ever heard of the magic called psionic?
I have the magic, like mental.
Mm-hmm. The armor's reacting to that or to that school.
Psionics.
Psionics.
Hey kid,
Yeah?
back in the lab, second bookshelf from the door on the right, and I just closed my eyes for a second. Third row down, sixth book from the left.
Right.
It should be
Well,
purple and it should have a red mark from in the pages. Bring that to me.
here he's in there. Second, red book, purple, left. Pulls it, comes back,
Thank you.
steps off to the kind of side again, tries to look over your shoulder slightly.
You have to grow a few feet before you can do that, but
Kind of snaps, and you see him levitate up to look over your shoulder.
I'm going to very nimbly with my left hand hold my ring finger down to hold the top or the bottom book from the top, and then use my index finger and middle finger to hold the other book open with my thumb in between. So I'm holding two books right now, stacked one on top of the other. And then I'll like lean my hand forward and flip real quickly with my thumb and then catch the page so I can hold two books while I smoke my pipe with the other hand.
All right. Kargalis is like, have you tried to speak with dead spell yet?
We have not. She should be getting back shortly.
Hmm. The arm is intriguing.
Seems like it's bound to him. What I had sort of been curious about before, and while I'm reading, I'm kind of speaking slowly, kind of like trying to like get read at the same time from two books while also speaking. What I had sort of been curious about earlier is whether or not, hold on, whether or not the armor was reacted to the person or to a specific version of a person, right? So I had our local Rayne go in and try to remove the armor, thinking that maybe it would not be able to discern the difference between Rayne from there and Rayne from here. But the armor was non-responsive, meaning that this armor not only is created or in use by a person named Rayne from another realm, but also that this technology, unlike our magic from here, is capable of discerning two Raynes from each other.
Kargalis uses one of his eye stems and taps his jaw, kind of like doing the thinking thing as he's floating. That's intriguing.
Our magic doesn't work that way. Our
That love,
magic,
no. I've
um,
heard the stories of Lady Adrie saying that she could contact multiples of the same person.
right, and it's indistinguishable. So if there are two Raynes here and you send a message, they both receive the message. But this armor does not react to another Rayne, meaning that whoever made this armor is not just familiar with how the mirrors work, but also capable of choosing one from a range of Raynes. Huh. And then I'm going to flip the books around, drop the one to the bottom hand and flip the other to the top hand. So I can flip the pages on that one.
The range of Raynes falls mainly
Mainly.
in the plains.
Yep.
Intriguing.
Oh, wait. I mean a... Oh, hold on. How do I format this? The mean range of mean Raynes.
All of a sudden, I've become a statistics problem.
Just circle C and let's move on.
Victor kind of leans down and looks at it. He's like, I've seen these in a book before. The Predator thingy. It was in the Forbidden Library in Blackstaff Tower.
Huh. What's the borrowing policy for those books?
5-finger discount.
So standard.
Just don't tell my sister. She gets real mad.
Yeah. No, we've had that experience with ours as well.
She gets it from her mom. Mother was just... It's the paladin thing. Father didn't mind how much you stole as long as you didn't get caught.
Oh, right. That's your dad too.
He looks up and nods.
Oh. You know, our version of your father works for me. He's an underling now. That happened. That's real.
It makes sense. I mean, have you
Good
ever
chess
heard of the
player.
Harpers?
History. Revisionist history.
No,
Have
it's
you
not
ever heard of
revisionist. He literally is an underling.
Well, it's, yeah, I guess.
Have you heard of the Harpers?
I have.
Yeah, he's a Harper. He works for the Open Lords, or he used to. That makes sense.
Well,
Oh, don't tell anyone about the Harpers.
please. Come on,
Age will get
kid.
mad.
Kid.
Hmm.
I'm gonna like pull down my earlobe and turn it kind of outward. I'm like, kid, give me a break. The Harpers, come on.
They get really mad at me stealing too. It's like come on. Can I say shit in here?
Sure.
The room has the zone of truth around it, right?
No,
So,
no,
I
we're
mean-
we're outside of there.
Oh,
now.
you're outside of the room. That's right.
How much? Well, is Hawks okay? He talks to himself and he talks to that skull a lot.
We all have our picadillos.
Oh,
In my lab.
Yeah.
Next to the door, in a what looks to be like a it's like a candlestick with a flat open top.
he pokes Gargillis.
Above that hanging on the wall is a wineskin. Bring that to me.
Okay. He kind of pokes Gargillis again. Gargillis eye stalk moves. He's like, I've never seen one this close. And then he runs to the other room to go get the wineskin and comes back. Gargillis is like, what is a human's thing about poking things?
Tangibility.
Does he really have access to a library that vast? Blackstaff Tower. I've never heard of it before, but it sounds amazing.
Is he still in there getting the wineskin?
Mm-hmm.
Were you serious about that book? I'm gonna shout.
Well, yeah.
Yes, he's telling the truth.
Cargill smiles. I thought I picked up an enchantment in that room.
So I think we wait for Adrie to get back. Then we set up a space where we can maybe speak with Dead if she's prepared for that. Though I think it's probably best that we keep the interactions to a limited group.
Oh,
I'm
agreed.
gonna look at Cargillus. I think we have to keep Adrie, our Adrie, and we have to keep our Rayne. But if we could have some sort of distraction for the rest,
Well,
maybe some task to distract them. Oh, I'm
I
gonna look around
guess.
the room. Do I see the other Adrie? The second Adrie?
I don't know. Where is Dragon High Stager?
After she left Kaeviir's lab, uh,
She
I'm
might be
gonna
tinkering
say,
with the motor.
yeah, she probably went to go work out some plans to optimize the engine of the airship.
When Victor gets back, I'm gonna say quietly to him, I'm gonna take the wineskin from him. I need you to go get your sister, ask her to meet me up here, and to be subtle about it.
How subtle?
Subtle enough that no one pays attention to you. Don't worry, you're not
Okay.
that interesting. Get out of here, kid.
He walked and you see him disappear. He casts another spell.
Yeah, subtle. I like
You
casting
hear
an
his footprints.
invisibility spell is the most fucking obvious thing in the world. You know what I mean? Be
Yeah.
subtle. And he's like, phew. And I'm like, what?
But then Cargillus looks at him, and then the invisibility drops. He just keeps like sneaking as though he still has it.
That's canon now.
It's like when the kids dress up as a ghost, right, with the sheet,
hmm
and then the sheet catches on a nail on the floor or something, and it pulls it off the top of them, but they're
Mhm.
still doing a little. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So he hurls down the hall, kind of
Okay.
quietly, sneaks past each doorway. You can like literally see him like do the Scooby Doo creep past each doorway, and he kind of gets down. You hear him coming as he's down the stairs, and
Mhm.
little stop, rabbit feet, stop, rabbit feet.
Yeah, Dragon Heist Adrie is studying the current shield that we have on the engine of the airship. And she's got a book open and she's making some sketches and like sort of taking measurements of it and writing like half-formed notes into her journal about how to improve the engine.
He kind of comes up and pokes you.
What do you want?
Uh, Kaeviir wants to see you.
Why?
The master professional.
Don't call him that.
He let me in the library. I have to call him that.
No, you don't.
But the beholder. I gotta touch it.
Great. I have beholder germs now. Both your eyes are
With his
gonna
finger, he touched you.
both your eyes are gonna merge together in the middle of your giant head.
Do I get the powers with it then?
No, you're
Then
just
why? That's
you're
like Cyclopsy.
you're just a
Uh,
boy with one eye in the middle of your face.
I'll find a way to enchant it. But you got to be quiet about it. He says it's like secret. Don't trust anyone.
Fine. She'll
I didn't
kind of
steal anything.
pack up
I
some
was
stuff.
really good.
Why would you say that? That sounds like you did steal something by telling me that you didn't steal anything.
He pulls out a sweet cake from the kitchen.
She's gonna take it and break it in half and give him half of it. All right,
All right.
let's go.
You know they have their version of mom and dad here.
Yeah, must be nice.
Have you met them?
Uh, I saw them briefly. Um,
Are they like mom and dad?
I don't know.
Are we gonna get mom and dad back?
Yeah, of course we're gonna get them back.
Okay.
This is just, a stop on the way to getting them back.
Or are they gonna get them before I die? Because like you live a lot longer than I do.
Yeah, you're not gonna look. You're not gonna die anytime soon. So it's fine. We're gonna get them back. Stop worrying about stuff.
You know why that red-haired girl's like overprotective of me? Don't touch this, don't touch that. You're gonna fall off the edge of the ship.
Hmm.
You know why she's that way?
I don't know. They're all kind of weird here.
Hawk says this world's really, really dark. It's like liches and vampires and zombies everywhere.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing we're on an airship then.
I wonder what makes it go.
Well, the engine makes it go. And she'll like point back to where they came from. But right now, the engine is shedding magical energy. So,
Well, you don't have to fix it. We can find a way to just absorb it and then funnel it into something else.
well, yeah, but I mean, it needs a better case, and then on the inside, it needs a better way to either use that energy or recycle it, or maybe funnel it into something else. But right now, there's a lot of lost energy happening.
But we can funnel it into the cannons up top. They run off spells, right?
That's true. We could do that. Although that might result in power loss, or at least a dip if you overuse the cannons.
Well, they're pirates. They like chances. The one guy
Hmm.
has a big hat.
Yeah.
I want a hat.
Well,
Like everybody has hats.
You get a hat when you graduate wizard school.
Shit, hell I do. They're never
Yes.
gonna let me graduate.
Exactly. So you're never going to get your hat.
Uh,
You know
they
what
might.
happens? You know what happens when you flunk out of wizard school? They give you a teeny tiny hat and you have to wear that.
I heard you got to join the guard if you flunk out.
That too.
I don't want to join the guard.
Well, then don't flunk out. I assume they're having this conversation
Yeah,
as they're
the
like
whole way.
heading back upstairs. They're just sort of arguing and like eating sweet roll and yeah.
Mhm. You guys reach it.
Okay. Uh,
Ta-da!
Dragon Heist Adrie will pop the last of the sweet roll in her mouth and be like, "You wanted to see me?"
We lost Kaeviir.
Uh-oh.
He's muted.
Sorry. I'm
Okay.
going to turn my head real slow and look at her and like subtle.
Oh,
Told
I'm
her it was
sorry.
hush hush.
I didn't realize that this was a top secret mission to go up a flight of stairs.
Come with me. I'm going to take my hand and drop one book and close it, and then grab the other with my index and thumb finger,
Mhm.
close, snap it, and then fold them back so I hold two books. All right, with me. Come on.
All right.
We're gonna head towards where the stairs are. And I'm gonna lean back to them and say, Victor, go help Carglass.
Really?
Yes.
Cargos, you could see like three of his eyes kind of squint tight. Yes, master. Come here, boy.
Hold my lenses up.
So what magic are you capable of, child? Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
They're gonna
We
cause
need-
damage.
Does he turn into like the sorting beholder? Does he like just sit on top of his head and is able to magically determine what?
Gryffindor! I'm going to look at Adrie, say, we're waiting for you to get back.
Uh-huh.
Once you do, we're going to try to speak with Dead.
Oh. That's a good idea.
We figure that an isolated group would have more concise and well put together questions.
Mhm.
Also, the cats that we fought earlier are
Yeah.
robots. They're,
Oh,
yeah.
why didn't you say so?
Well, I just found out.
Okay. Well, I can take a look at those.
let's see when you get back first.
Mhm.
When the other you gets back, we're going to try to plan it together. Who do you think would be good to get in on the questioning? I think Rayne is one of the Raynes is probably a good pick just because they'd know family relations and things like that.
Yeah.
I think you should be there as though, you have a good understanding of the mirrors, and maybe that kind of knowledge would help us.
Mhm.
Also, maybe there's an active range on these steel predators. We'd like to have you there.
Okay.
We just don't need a whole room full of people asking questions. We only get a few.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Maybe we could do this in the engine room. Think there's room?
there's room now, but I'm going to need that space for a project that I'm working on down there.
Project.
Yeah, you're shedding magical energy.
Okay.
Your engines are not shielded properly. You're losing so much just by moving.
I designed this in a basement. It's not really my forte.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
mean, that's obvious, and I'm trying to help you with that.
I don't know why in any universe I have so many linkages to your family, but it's becoming like a migraine, like right here,
Uh-huh.
like here on the sides, but also right in the front.
Yeah.
Flames on the side of my face.
Oh,
Look,
Okay.
I'm trying to help you out with your ship.
I'm going to struggle to say this, really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And
You're welcome.
That's some character development right there.
He doesn't
There's-
mean it.
there's-
He's just
He does
saying.
not mean it.
I know. It's just the fact that he was able to do that without bile coming out of his mouth is.
the fact that he even attempted to lie about it, like
Yeah, I
instead
know.
of just being outright sarcastic, like
You guys
you
weren't
get
in
off my ship.
you guys weren't in the lab, right?
No.
No, we're not in the
Okay.
lab.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I was about to call bullshit on that, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. You're outside.
Okay.
All right. So just be ready when I call.
All right.
Enjoy your work.
Thank you. I will. Do you want me to start looking at the construct now, or you want me to do that later?
Construct now, if you don't mind. The
All right.
engine can, we're planning on doing a large modification anyway.
Mhm.
Coating the bottom of the ship. That could take a few days to get all of the materials and everything together. So during that time, if you want to work on the engine,
Mhm.
be my guest. Just
Okay.
any changes, just notify me of how they work.
Mhm.
So that way I'm not in a pinch trying to figure out what the hell you did.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
This is the cleanest conversation we're gonna have for a little bit.
I'm aware. And then
All
she's
right, I'm
gonna go. She's gonna just turn around and go.
Same. I'm gonna go wait on the deck and see if I can see the cool Adrie coming.
Right.
Very slowly.
As that's happening, we'll switch down to the galley where the two Raynes, Cedric and Tempest are.
So, Masked Lord of Waterdeep, eh? How in the hell did you manage to do that? Well, I suppose it was in appreciation of what I and my counterparts on the other side of the mirror, the the veil. I don't know what exactly you'd call it, but yeah, we I guess you could say we saved Waterdeep and maybe the whole realm for that matter with what was going on with Oh, some mind flayers and a bunch of other shenanigans that were going on. I'm just kind of looking at Tempest, and I'm sure she's rolling her eyes at all of this because she can't stand the fact that I'm now in the position I'm in. I'm even further away from the pirate side of the family on this in this particular
Mhm.
universe than not. I imagine Tempest is probably far more uh, interested in learning about her. I don't know, her brother from another mother. I guess would be an
Yeah.
appropriate way to look at it. Who actually
She's like,
turned into a pirate the way that
yeah.
everyone had expected, as opposed to becoming a simple country lawyer. Um, there's a lot of conversation back and forth between trying to figure out the differences and seeing what shared commonality they have in their history. Like DH Rain definitely remembers growing up with his grandparents and his grandparents like reading him stories and things of that nature, and he was very close with his family. Whereas, Ravenloft Rain is very distant from his family, didn't really know them all that well. Grew up as, sort of a pirate before he got sucked into, you know, this particular hell that he finds himself in. In, there's discussions about lycanthropy. There's discussions, the whole thing about, the catching up on Draga Sea Biter and how, or all that, or Salt Biter, excuse me, and how all that kind of came to pass. And um, I think what they find over the course of the conversation is that there are common threads in their personality, but that they are two very, very different versions of the same entity, for sure.
Hmm.
Um, but eventually the conversation comes back around to trying to figure out, all this business with the third version of Rayne, the dead Rayne downstairs, um, and how that, you know, I think there's a little bit of I'd say they're both pensive in that there's this thought of another version of yourself. Effectively seeing yourself dead is probably none too settling to either of them. In that, I'm sure that they've always thought about their own mortality with everything that's happened in their lives, but to actually see like a dead Rayne sitting on a slab, or dying on the dock of the ship and everything, they're uh, they're kind of dealing with that from a mental standpoint.
Yeah.
Um, but I think, yeah, it's just a lot of conversation and feeling each other out and learning more about one another while they wait for whatever is about to happen to happen.
All right. Now, does Ravenloft Rain talk about going to the Dark World and seeing the other Rain that they ran into there that was actually guarding Strahd's um prison in that one?
Um,
Would he mention that part of the story?
yeah, I would say that over the course of the conversation they're having, in that DH Rain, of course, this is his first trip across, right?
Hmm.
So this is his first, whereas at least relative to himself, Ravenloft Rain is the veteran here. And so, yeah, he probably would go into that conversation. He talked to Tempest about seeing the other version of Tempest over there as well, right? And she's probably very enthusiastic right now because, to be perfectly honest with you, what we have seen from Tempest so far, the versions of her in each universe are not as fundamentally different compared to one another as,
Hmm.
say, some of the other versions. Tempest has kind of been this, for most part, pirate, badass, mercenary, doesn't take shit off of anybody. Her personality has been slightly more consistent. And I actually think over the course of that conversation, there is a bit of a realization between both Rains and talking about it's like, that's kind of odd. We're nothing like one another, right? But our sister,
Hmm.
everywhere we've gone, has been kind of more consistent than anything else. And I think they both kind of filter that file that in the back of their brain as just an odd thing.
Cedric's just kind of watching this whole thing from the side, sipping it out, like mentally just, I don't want to meet any other me's. This is a little too much.
DH Adrie kind of looks over. Well, that's probably for the best if you. I'd hate to think what other versions of you would be like. To be perfectly honest with you, Tempest kind of kicks it under the table a little bit.
Yeah, well, considering how my allegiances were moving for a while, I can see that.
Hmm.
Tempest
Well,
is like, so where's me here? If you don't mind me asking.
well, there is no version of you here yet that. Actually, point of
Oh,
order. We have not run into a version of Tempest from.
no.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think
We
so.
have not run into Rayne's family from
Right.
Ravenloft because he
She's
kind of went to
she's your
Ravenloft
sister,
without
so
him.
you might know about her, but no one else would.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, keep in mind that Rayne came over into this
Ravenloft.
realm from his
Mhm.
version of, the Sword Coast. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
as far as he knows, his version of his
Still
sister is still over
on the
there.
Circles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he hasn't seen her in 20-ish kind of years because he had come over for a while and then eventually kind of crossed paths with Ludo and Adrie the
Mhm.
first time around, which would have been 10 years prior to this. So
Yep.
yeah, he
Yeah.
hasn't seen his his sister in almost 2 decades.
Like,
So
well, then you're just gonna have to spend more time with me to make up time that you missed with the other me. Seeing I'm kind of shy of my crew now, and kind of shy of a port, and kind of shy of a ship, and you seem to have a plethora of ships here.
well, that is true. I mean, I have my ship, and then I have this ship, which is not mine, but under my purview, sort of. It's a really weird relationship I've got going on here with this.
That's what I've noticed. I don't think anyone has a normal relationship with.
I
I've known
mean,
2 Kaevirs now, I think.
mm,
We have our Raven, and then you guys have. Both of them don't like their stuff touched. I've noticed. The one here is like, don't touch my lab, don't touch my ship. The one back
mm.
there, don't touch my tubes, don't touch my medical stuff.
Yeah, that is a very good question. Is your version of Kaeviir here, is he into tubes? Not that I'm aware of, although I don't get to spend much time in his lab, so I couldn't really tell you.
There's a
I s-
communication tube that you
yeah,
talk
I
to when
saw the
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
like, I saw
there's
tubes on the ship that he yells. That seems that everyone yells through.
yeah, but the
Dog,
Raven,
everything is tubes, dog.
I know.
A human body's just a series of tubes.
I'm just
It's all
thinking though that
tubes.
I'm just thinking that I don't know that the Raven would ever consider the use of his tubes as a communication device. It's just about pushing fluids everywhere,
Yep.
right? Yeah. So I mean,
Look,
yes,
we both have a fascination with them, but I'm on lifetime like 35, so I've spent my time researching tubes. It's a wild ride, it's a heady time for a lot of us professionals to get into tubery. But over time, you just grow out of
tubology,
it. Yeah, tubomancy.
tubomancy.
Yeah. Yep.
All
I
right.
got tuberculosis once.
Oh Lord.
Now, don't remind me. I may end up having to go get a chest X-ray this week if this crap doesn't clear up that I have.
Oh no.
But anyway, yeah, I Ravenloft Rayne looks over at Dragon Heist Tempest. This is getting confusing to keep track of. I'm gonna need a fucking flowchart.
I got one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could always use more. I could always use more dependable crew. Not to say
Well-
that the crew on board this ship isn't dependable, but I don't know how closely you've paid attention, but I have a skeleton and a kobold running around on the ship, and so it's more time spent making sure they don't burn it to the ground, literally, because it's flying, and if it caught fire, it would crash. But
The skeleton caught me off. I ain't gonna lie there. The skeleton definitely caught me off.
it does take a little bit of getting used to, yes.
The kobold though, I love him. Hey, he's ready
Yeah.
to fireball everything. We could have
Yeah,
used him back on the crew in Dragon Heist. Or
yeah,
back in
no, 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 no.
Waterdeep.
No, be careful what you wish for. Is all I'm going to say.
Mm.
He's totally not. One thing he did not bring up was Hawks's momentary dislocation, so to speak.
The
Wait, what?
cannon incident.
The cannon incident.
The canon
Yes.
is canon.
Wait. Did you let him loose with the cannon?
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah, yeah. You could say he was a little loose, I suppose. A little part of him loose over here, a little part of him loose over there.
Cedric spits out his drink. You shot him with the cannon?
I did not shoot him with the cannon. A cannon was shot, and he happened to be in the path. I believe the phrase we would use for that is DH Rayne kind of puzzle. We call that collateral damage, is what we call that.
I like how I was accused of revisionist history, but moments ago.
I'm not trying to revise history. I'm just avoiding parts of it altogether.
Right.
Tempest is
the
like,
toe.
how'd you get the little booger back together?
A series of tubes.
Everything comes down to tubes.
Cedric's like,
Yeah.
y'all are not operating on me. I've seen Raven operate. Nope.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I will say one thing that I've been able to pick up on is that it does seem like, regardless of which version of Kaeviir or the Raven or the professional or what have you, is despite them being antisocial and closed off and not willing to share emotions and generally being just a pain in the ass, they are incredibly intelligent and highly capable. So I'd be honest with you, if you had to choose someone to perform surgery on you, you probably could do a whole lot worse. Just don't tell him I said that.
Nah.
I'm
Tim's
gonna
like,
speak
I
through
saw
the
him.
tube, and I'm like, we can hear you.
You're nowhere near the tube. Fuck off.
The tube goes all through the ship.
Tempest. I
Okay.
saw my flare operate once. Yeah.
Hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, haven't had to deal with any of those here.
Oh, then she looks at her end. I'm staying.
Well, they still young. Doesn't
Actually,
mean we haven't dealt with other things.
We did interact with one time. On
It,
the
it
way,
was it was down at
locked
the
up
bottom
as
of a
prisoner.
prison.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I left him poisoned so that he could kill himself. It was a
That's right.
kindness.
Hmm.
Created in a tube, by the way.
All right. We're
Ugh.
gonna if you're good, we'll jump over to Adrie
Yeah,
arriving.
it's going to be continued
Mhm.
conversation to that end. Basically just getting to know one another and
All right.
waiting for whatever is about to happen.
All right. Up on deck, Kaeviir's up there, Relena's up there, Brennan's up there, and that's when Adrie comes flying slowly up with the Nightmare and the Steel Predator.
Okay.
You found it.
I found one.
Any luck with the other?
So I've followed it and it created a portal and went through. It looked like it went somewhere very bright, a lot of marble. I fired a spell off at it. I'm pretty sure I damaged it, but it wasn't enough to kill it. Where it landed, I kind of pat her pockets and pull out the like piece of it that she took. Like, I did take this. Maybe I can use it to scry on it later. But I tried to scry on it and it's not on this plane anymore, so I can't see where it went, but maybe this will be helpful anyway
Okay,
at some point.
I'll take it.
Okay.
So it was able to open a rift at will.
It seemed like it didn't do it where it landed. It traveled and then a portal opened. So I don't know if it cast it, because if it did, why wouldn't it have just cast it where it landed? Why would
makes
it
sense.
travel and then open a portal? So maybe it was a arranged exit location, maybe.
Huh.
I'm not sure. Sorry. I tried to kill
That's
it, but it
fine.
was
Can we mark the location on a map?
Yeah. Kestrel knew this area pretty well, so Adrie will mark a map roughly where she saw the steel predator teleport out.
Okay. We have some updates.
Okay.
These are mechanical. I'm going to kind of toss it off the horse onto the ground or whatever.
Okay.
So
Adrie will also like pat Bucephalus as thanks for, carrying this massive steel construct in the air.
Kaeviir is skeptical of this horse. He's just like kind of like side-eyeing it. We'd also like to know if it would be possible for you to speak with dead.
Oh. I think I could. I've never tried it.
I
I'd
thought you
have
spoke
to.
with dead before.
Have I?
Yeah, I think so.
Who?
What's her name? The blind cleric.
Blind
spoke with-
cleric?
Kestrel
name?
might have done it.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was with, remember the city with the blood?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There was a body that we had to ask questions to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Kestrel did that a lot. I can do it, but I don't have the spell ready. I'd need to rest and meditate, and then I could do it in the morning.
That's fine. What about a message? Can you send a message to Bluggard?
I think so. Let me take inventory of my spells that I've used today. Yeah, I could send a message to Bluggard.
Okay. We're going to need a lot of silver.
A lot of silver.
Highly reflective. Easy to melt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just we need a lot of silver.
We have an exact amount. I'll just reach into my sleeve and pull out the notes that we had
Okay.
made.
All right.
This is how much we'll need. We'll also need some, I'm going to say, white oak.
White oak.
Shipbuilding lumber, really.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold it up and I'll just point to this much.
Okay. How soon?
we can be, depends on where he is, but hopefully he could get it relatively quickly. A few
Okay.
days, maybe.
Okay.
Tell him he owes me a favor anyway.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that would be nice.
Okay. All right. Adrie will cast sending.
Tell him it's from the second son. The favor is from the second son.
Okay. All right. So Adrie will cast sending to Bluggard. She has met Bluggard before. You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message does not arrive. And she will message, hey, Bluggard, it's Adrie. I am letting you know that you owe a favor to the second son, and we need a lot of silver and white oak, and she'll mention any like specifics on the notes that Kaeviir showed her. We would need it as soon as possible, and to also let us know where you're at, so we can hopefully get to you in a few days. Send.
Reply. Oi, lady. It's been a minute. Of course I'm a favor to that second son. He calls for the favor every 2 weeks, it feels like. Holy shit. How much silver? I'm in Barovia. End reply.
Okay.
XOXO Bluggard.
Okay. He says he can do it, and he's in Barovia.
Okay. Well, Brendan.
Captain?
No, that's no. Turn the wheel. We're heading to Barovia. I'm gonna pull out. Well, I'm gonna head over to where the wheel is. I'm going to look at the compass, look at the map. That way.
We're going home. Well, home for me.
We're gonna stop for a minute.
Turns the wheel. As he begins to turn the wheel, the sky kind of goes dark.
Ooh.
The room disappears. And you guys are standing there in another room. Stone walls, wood panel. Adrie, Brendan, Rayne, Kaeviir. The nightmare. The steel predator on the floor. Torches along the walls. Kaeviir recognizes the voice immediately. Welcome.
Who
You
is it?
recognize the devil's voice, Volcacrom.
Thanks everybody for listening to Requiem of Reflections. This is going to be part 3 of our Curse of Strahd chain of games. Curse of Strahd, Return to Ravenloft, and now Requiem of Reflections. So thank you for sticking with us. You've been with us the whole time. And just remember, if you want to donate to help support the podcast and help us make better content and, continue on into the future, just go to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm about to sneeze. Hold on.
All right.
Ah, shit. Sorry, that
Bless you.
surprised me. That's
Don't shit yourself.
Oh, bless you.
I almost shit myself backwards.
Yeah.
What?
Ugh.
That's why you don't. That's why you're not physically capable of sneezing while taking a piss, because you blow your asshole out.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I don't know. There's only one way to find out, I suppose.
Oh no.
For science.
All right.
I think you'd just be peeing, and then it would just go like erratic for a minute, like, and then just back to normal. That's just my hypothesis.
Oh, all right.
So
Before
okay.